It never gets boring with the French production team.
Yeah, it's certainly not boring.
Apparently, the French stream is currently going a little bit crazy, and well, I can certainly see why. Pomfrey pretty pretty well known for that. The game has started, so we are jumping into the match, and this, as already mentioned, is our last best of 3 of the day. We have Genius up against MMA, and the Terran player is starting at the bottom left of the map. We have him in red, our Terran player here, and starting to the top right is his opponent. There we have him. This is Genius. Of course, this time with a little bit of a different ID. We are on the Korean server this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's going to be an interesting match. Genius, he won his first game against Nercho quite convincingly, 2-0, no biggie. Had no problems with the Polish player at all. Then he faced Ghost User, and Ghost User just was able to kind of crush him. It was really something. First of all with a proxy hatch, and then later on with an attack that centered around a Roach and Hydralisk composition.
I think this is actually Genius's ID in Korean, because what it says actually is MVP King Bubble. And you know, he was known for this bubble pop thing, and there's like some sort of Korean joke attached with that, with him and bubble pop, and I can't remember what the joke is exactly, but I bet this is actually his Korean ID that he used to use when he was on MVP. But that's interesting. that's his ID, King Bubble, man.
King Bubble. I'm trying to picture Genius and then put King Bubble and his face together. It does not really work for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really, like, when I first heard it, I was like, no, that must be somebody else's account at MVP, and I'm like, well, there was the bubble pop thing with him and
but you know, he always looks too serious in a certain way.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Genius just doesn't mess around, man. Everyone wants to make fun of him and make bubble pop jokes, but he's like, guys, I'm just gonna do a Nexus cancel 4 gate and beat you. Stop making fun of me.
Well, we're gonna find out if that's what he does this time. I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
But still, Gas in the main base of MMA, and this time he wants apparently to be a little bit more aggressive than we've seen him in the matches against Zerg. So currently to the top right, we have his opponent, 1 gate so far, probably into expand. And well, for Genius, this is of course also his last chance, both of these players. This is what it comes down to. Those user already advanced, and the Korean players will have to find out who of them will be the second player to come out of this group. It's not going to be easy.
No, definitely not.
It's just like both of them have been showing really solid games. With Genius, maybe the matches that he played against Ghost User, especially the second one, there were a lot of small mistakes. The micro that he had with those Colossi, just oversights because there was so much stuff going on. Ghost User really putting on the heat. But right now, everything, of course, at least for now, a little bit more relaxed.
We got a factory for MMA, in fact, and he's gonna drop that starport. I think we're just gonna see this Hellion drop build. This build is so popular right now in Korea, and it's basically guaranteed to do damage no matter what, so people love it. And it's like how much damage you do is based on your skill in your micro.
And you need to do damage with it, because most Protoss players will have to go for this gateway, for this gateway into expand build that we see from Genius right now. If you don't commit fully to a heavy gateway attack, you need an expansion. And because you never know if the Terran player builds a command center on the high ground, you kind of have to get this expand, or you will fall behind. So at this point, MMA is already in a bit of a worse situation than Genius when it comes down to his economy. But with this build that he executes, he wants to do damage, and this is designed, as Wolf already mentioned, to do at least a certain amount of it. So the question will be how much or how well can Genius actually defend against what's coming?
Yeah, and how can he do it without really knowing? He's got the watchtower, he's also got a unit positioned to the left side of his main base to spot for a drop like this coming across. So as long as MMA is careful, he might be able to make this work, but if he is a little bit haphazard, it's not going to be so. The way he's moving his units right now looks like it means he wants to elevate both the Marines and the Hellions in the main base, but he's going to be spotted if he tries to do that, because right now there's actually a Stalker just waiting for him.
Stalker sees at least the Hellions, but he does not see the Medivac. Well done.
Uh-oh, a clump up of the units.
Oh, that was not good. He loses a lot of the probes, and now in the main base, yep, there we have it. The Medivac being attacked. Here come the Marines. The sentry just getting out of there. Well done by Genius.
That Marine was not so lucky.
Let's have a quick look at the harvesters killed. 5 killed so far. That is not, well, I don't know.
That doesn't seem to really pay off.
Not really. He just doesn't have the command center, the second command center. Of course, he needs the upgrade for the orbital command. Genius can still double produce probes. So even with the mules, it's going to be hard for him to close the gap in income.
He got a little bit unlucky with that force field. If the Hellions had gotten into the main base, things would have been very different.
Yeah.
A lot of damage was done, but just not enough. Especially considering he made his command center on the high ground, so he's going to have to wait a really long time for that.
Exactly, and now Genius is in his opponent's main base. He has an observer there. He saw the expansion, he saw everything. He sees everything that's going on here. He's like, okay, well, completely fine, that's good.
Yeah. And there go the double gases at the natural for Genius. If he gets the robotic support bay, he may actually just try to hit a timing attack with Colossi because he's so ahead.
That might be exactly what he's going to do here. He definitely has a really good position now. We still don't have the fully upgraded expansion. He needs to lower it to the low ground first. And already the lead in Harvesters is 7 for Genius. Actually, we're going up to 9 right now. And before the command center is on the low ground, we will have another 2. So a really, really good lead in the Harvester count for Genius here.
Yep. MMA in a little bit of trouble. You know, see if he can try to pull things back.
Oh, actually, we have the double forge right now, also for the upgrades.
Yeah, he's not going to hit that timing after all. It doesn't look like. Wants to play the longer game instead.
Colossus production can now be started. The bay just finished, and we have Stim ready. Stim is now done for MMA. Double bunker. After this last attack, he really looked at things and was like, okay, well, he could actually just try to attack me right now. I have to be careful here. I don't want to die to any kind of gateway aggression. So he played it safe, placed down the second bunker. He can salvage this later, but for the beginning, I really like it when you just try to play safe and you commit fewer extra minerals to a bunker.
Yeah, there's a drop in the main base, and this is going to be cleared up pretty decently. But he trades well against the Zealots. And
he actually trades a lot better than I thought he would.
We'll actually have to bring more units into the main base to deal with this. Probes are starting to go down, and MMA actually really equalizes here. This is a great drop for him.
Yeah, that was really well done.
Oh, the drop!
Close. But yeah, that was really well executed. He did a lot more damage than I originally thought he would do, because Genius was there. He was in position, but there were just too many units.
Yeah, he didn't react immediately, but once we did react, he didn't have enough units. He lost a few units when they were isolated. He didn't fight with his whole army altogether, and that's really scary when you have 2 Medivacs healing.
The micro was just really, really awesome by MMA there as well. Always trying to start a step out of reach, and he even saved this one Marauder that he had in the composition, so that worked really well. Actually has 3 Marauders right now in those Medivacs that are heading towards the home base.
Yep, he's going to drop them off. May repair one of those Medivacs. Pretty uncommon to repair Medivacs, but I think it's important in this case, and he is actually going to do it.
Top right, let's have a quick look at the state of the game for our Protoss player. Extended Thermal Lance is now started. +1/+1 nearly completed. 2 Colossi on their way. Starts a third one as well. If he wants to hit like an attack with the Extended Thermal Lance upgrade, he needs to move on soon. No third, neither for MMA nor for Genius.
Yeah, they're both a little bit nervous about actually taking that third base. It's a little bit risky, it feels. Scan goes down, reveals Colossi, and that means he's going to continue to build Vikings. But, you know, it's funny because MMA is trying to hit a timing attack to shut down a possible third base of Genius, whereas Genius is doing this, wants to do the same thing to MMA. And when these two builds collide, sometimes you have a battle in the middle of the map, and it's hard to decide who's really going to get ahead because they both have such strong armies that are good against each other.
MMA is even taking a little bit of a supply lead here in total, and if you just look at the upgrades for his army, it's 1-0, so the Protoss has a bit of a lead here, but did not start +2/+2 yet. Yeah. I don't think he even has the...
I think he just doesn't want to commit because he wants to spend most of his resources on Colossi right now.
And he has quite a few of them.
Colossus coming out right now, oh my god.
That's a really Colossi heavy play.
Yeah.
Another drop attempt, this time at the natural. Has to fall back. Wow, the Medivac surviving with 21 hit points.
Yeah, that was a close call, but at least it does survive, like you said. And now Genius wants to move out with that 4th Colossus. He's got charge on the way now as well, 2-2.
Yeah, one of the stalkers actually just able to escape here, but the first one dies. And just looking at the army supply, we have 90 army supply for MMA and 66 for Genius. He's lacking behind a little bit, but he has a really good army composition, especially with those 4 Colossi. Problem is, of course, he's facing
10
10 Vikings.
Because MMA is scouted so well with his drops that he's very well aware of everything.
And MMA isn't even done. He's getting even more Vikings. And because we don't see any storm or any kind of follow-up, this is just too good for MMA. He's
It's
even
the
pulling,
SCV full attack.
yeah, pulling his SCVs here, and this is gonna come down to one last fight. And here comes MMA. He's eager to decide this game, taking down Colossus number 1. Colossus number 2 follows suit. The third one immediately being attacked, doing a bit of damage. Both of them dropping in supply, but now Viking numbers are dwindling down. Only 4 left, but they can force the Colossus back.
Yeah, they can. The thing is that Marine count is so high. If there's no Colossi to contest them, he's going to have a field day. Charge is done now. That last Colossus at the back doing so much extra damage, and it looks like MMA may not have enough. He targets down the Colossus, but a lot of damage done during that. Meanwhile, no, he does have enough. GG.
GG.
I didn't know if that was actually going to work out so well when I saw all those SCVs die and the Colossus at the back, but he didn't have any more Zealots.